In this video, we are taking a look at some of the features of the WAYKS 1. Check out packhacker.com for our written review and best buying options, link in the description below. So with every component on this bag, this is a 45-liter travel bag. However, it can be used as a day pack, a lighter style day pack, which we'll get into, and there's just a lot of different components and different ways this bag can be used. Now, normally when a product boasts that many features and that much versatility, it may come off as a little bit gimmicky, so we're always a little hesitant on that. But the WAYKS 1 has performed very well in our testing, and it's just been great to use. So it's just starting off on the front here. You can see we have this kind of cord running across the front. This is, you can tighten it and loosen it. So if you want to throw anything underneath there and tighten it down. However, just note this is not stretchy at all. So anything you put in there needs to be a really tight fit. Otherwise, it can fall out the sides. Now, for the most part, we like to have a dangle-free experience, so we just took this off, which you can do with these clips. And that gives it also a much cleaner look in our opinion. So starting with the bottom here, this bottom component here, first of all, offers a ton of support as a hip belt, and there's lots of dense, thick padding, if you can see it there, on the back, so it makes it extremely comfortable to carry. Even fully loaded up, this bag is extremely comfortable. So how this works is it can be used, if you unzip the bottom here, as a camera cube, which is how we have been using it. Throw everything in here. You got your camera, a lens, some wipes, ND filters, whatever you need. So it's been nice that the camera cube is just kind of separated from everything, keeps everything nice and tidy. There's a ton of structure here, so you don't really have to worry about it, getting squished at the bottom or anything like that. If you do not want to use it as a camera cube, you can take this out and just use this as a separate space. Store anything in here. Also, this is advertised as a cooler, so you could throw your lunch in here, a couple sodas. We have not tested it as that, so can't really say how waterproof this is or if it'll keep anything cold, but that's just what it's advertised as. On the bottom here, we also have this nice little quick grab pocket. If you want to throw, keys or wallet or anything like that. That comes a little more in handy when you take this off. So if you undo this zipper, this big old zipper right here, a little jammed up here. Here we go. So this actually comes all the way off here, and this can be used in a couple different ways. So you can take this off for now, just to start. You can kind of use this as a sort of really intense fanny pack type situation. Wear it on your front or back, and you can have your camera gear in here. So that works a little better with all this in here. Otherwise, this is just a pretty unwieldy fanny pack. It's quite large, but it's pretty comfortable to carry. Now, another way you can use this is by taking this hip belt out, but also too, just a quick look here, we do have these nice little pockets here. So if you don't want to use the hip belt, you do lose these. These are great for little quick grab items. If you want to put some chapstick or mints or something in there. It's not quite big enough to fit a phone, maybe a wallet, definitely some smaller cards and cash if you wanted to carry like that. But so we can just take this all the way out, and it becomes just kind of its own little camera cube. You can carry it by this top handle. That's kind of like a lunchboxy type look. Or it comes with this shoulder strap here, so you can carry this over the shoulder. And again, that's got some good padding there. Very comfortable to use, and yeah, you can carry it separately. So putting that off to the side for now, we'll come back to the main bag here. So when you have it like this, obviously you're missing the bottom of the bag here. You got a little bit of fabric here just to kind of keep things in. But luckily we have a separate bottom of the bag here. If you just want to carry this as like a day pack, you just got to line up the zippers here. And zip that together. And so now you don't have a hip belt, you're a little bit lighter, a little less stiff, and there's the day pack sort of mode. Actually, one other feature too before we get too far here, it comes with a WAYKS rain cover here that just packs down into itself. This works best when you have it all together. It's just made to fit that size, so you can see you can use it with it in sort of day pack mode there, but you just have a little bit of extra. But yeah, so nice WAYKS logo there. But that just stores off easily when you're not using it, and you can just keep it in one of these pockets. So starting off with the harness system here, you see that same really nice padding that we did on the hip belt. Super dense, especially towards the bottom. I mean, that's probably a good inch and a half thick there, so very comfortable carry. The shoulder straps have that same sort of padding, just maybe not quite as thick, but plenty for a bag of this size. And the sternum strap adjusts all the way top to bottom, so a ton of adjustability there. You can really get it exactly where you want it. And then the shoulder straps themselves can be adjusted here. So you got all these different little loops. So right now this is the highest you can have it. I'm about 5'10", so I have it on the highest setting. That works great for me. If you need to move it down, you just simply take it out from under the loops and then slide it under a different loop, and same thing, just slide that down. I'm not going to do that right now. These are very stiff and there's no stretch here, so it takes a long time to get it through a loop, especially if it's not like broken in. Like this one, you can see comes off the bag a little bit more, just because that's the one I've been using. But these ones have not been used, and there's not a lot of wiggle room there. But that's great because it's going to keep these shoulder straps very tight. You don't want them stretching or wiggling around to the primary attachment point on the bag. The straps have load lifters here that are attached with gatekeeper buckles there, so that's adjustable. And they are also attached with the gatekeeper buckles on the bottom here. Now, the one thing to note, we've had it happen once or twice, that if you bump these, they just spring open, so they can come undone without you noticing and then slide out possibly. We haven't had it happen too many times, but just something worth noting. Also, a weird feature here is that if you undo all these gatekeeper buckles, take those ones off, and then you have to undo the load lifters as well. Take that one off. The entire harness system here actually comes off. There's a zipper on either side of it that you just have to undo. And this whole thing comes off. Zippers can get a little bit stuck at the end, but there we go. Yeah, so that whole piece comes off. So you lose the back panel, nice stiff back panel, all this padding, the shoulder straps, that all comes off, and you replace them with these super minimalist nylon straps here. And those just attach in the same spots on top and then on the side. So this is if you want to go super lightweight. Obviously, these are not the most comfortable to carry, especially if it's really loaded up. You know, you don't have any padding, very thin strap. You got this buckle kind of right against you. So in our opinion, the harness system, with it all put on is definitely the way to go. It's just so much great padding. And we personally don't think it's worth losing the little bit of weight that adds to lose how much comfort that provides. So that's our personal opinion, but if you are a minimalist, lightweight person, you might want to attach these straps. Just keep it as minimal as possible. So now let's check out some of the pockets here. On the back, we have two kind of quick grab pockets. We got this nice furry top drop pocket here. Great for putting any more delicate items in, like your phone, sunglasses. There's also kind of a odd little pen holder in there. If you need to just keep one pen in with this stuff, it's kind of an odd spot, a little bit hard to get to, but it doesn't really get in the way. So if you need it, you can throw a pen in there. We have a similar pocket here that's kind of sideways. Same thing, has that faux fur soft liner. Just be careful with anything you put in these two. They're going to be right against your back. And when you take out that stiff back panel, you're really going to feel it. With the back panel in, it's pretty stiff, so you don't notice it as much. Plus, there's all that padding. But especially if you take it out, just be wary of that. And on the sides here, we just have these little side pockets. They can really be used for anything, but they're really meant to be water bottle holders there. They work great. You can unzip the whole pocket and it won't fall out because you got this nice elastic mesh here. They do cut into the main capacity of the bag, so just something to note on that. And then on the opposite side, we have the same thing going on, just another side pocket, water bottle pocket. But again, you can throw anything you need in here because it just zips fully closed. There's no holes or anything, so you don't have to worry about anything falling out. The top, as you can clearly see, is a roll top. So if you need the full capacity of the bag, you got all this room here that you can pack this thing really full. If you're gonna pack it that full, definitely use the hip belt. It just gives you a lot more stability and comfort when you're carrying this. So on the top, just to close it, you can do a roll top with a G-hook there, or you can do kind of a half roll and then clip it together with this buckle. So either way, whatever your preference, they both work great. And as an added bonus, whichever method you don't use, let's say you use the buckles, you can actually tuck this hook into this little sleeve here, and then it's just gone. Just got to stuff it in, yeah, and it's completely hidden there. Again, really helps with the dangle-free experience. You don't have that jingling around your back or anything. And if you do want to use the G-hook, these buckles actually tuck away here. So great features overall. Just gives you the nice dangle-free experience, nice clean look. So we really appreciate that. Now, as with most roll tops, when you open it up, it can be kind of hard to see into it, especially if you're trying to get something out of the bottom. But so what this bag actually has is you can open it like that roll top if you want to grab something out of the top. But if you need something out of the bottom, it actually opens almost clamshell here. And so you can really get into the entire bag. You can see here we got some WAYKS packing cubes in here, kind of a small medium, if you will, or medium large, however you want to say it. These are expandable, compressible, so you can expand those out. They got this nice handle for carrying. So you unzip the middle and you can really pack these full. And these are the kind that have the two separate compartments, so that's split down the middle. You have, let's say clean clothes with the black zipper, dirty clothes with the gray, white zipper. So you can kind of start, just load everything up. It obviously shares the same space. So once you pack one side, you can't really pack the other side. But just kind of as you use stuff, you can pack the other side up and just keep everything divided. And the other packing cubes, same thing, compressible, two-sided, nice handle, work pretty good. And obviously they're made to fit in this bag very well. On the top side here, we have this sort of tech area, and they're just some nice general mesh pockets, nothing super specific, no exact organization, so you can really use it however you need to. On the top, we have a mesh pocket, goes down 2/3 of the way here. It does share the same space as these smaller pockets here, so just make sure you don't pack anything out too much. We almost would have preferred if this only went down to here, because anything that you put in this pocket kind of falls down to the bottom and fights with this, and then you kind of have an emptiness up here. So that's mainly better for any sort of flatter items, nothing too big or thick. So underneath that, we just got these two little pockets here. Again, mesh. We've been just putting kind of our AirPods in here and any sort of little adapters, anything like that. And then the bottom one, we've been throwing our chargers and stuff in here. So this is the better spot to put any thicker items, just because it doesn't share any space. It kind of has its own area. So we like that the tech compartment is pretty minimal, but it gives you enough to store all your stuff without any unused space for the most part. And in the back, we have a laptop compartment that just closes with this little buckle. And it's not too padded or anything, especially once you take out the back panel. That takes away a lot of the structure of this bag. So all the structure is going to be from your laptop. And there's not a ton of padding, but there's enough that we feel safe putting our laptop in here. And then right in front of that, we just kind of have another separate sleeve that could either be, throw a folder in there with any documents or a tablet, any sort of flatter items that aren't going to stick out too much. And then the last pocket here. So if we zip that up, if you have this bag fully loaded out and you just need to grab your laptop quick, and you don't want to take everything out or move anything out of the way, there is a separate laptop access on the side here. So you just toss it in there, and you can see there's this kind of padded bumper on the side. So you throw your laptop in, and this folds over the top, so it doesn't really slide around back and forth. You got a ton of extra padding there, which we can really appreciate. You can never have too much protection for your laptop. And it also just gives you faster access to it. So there you have it. That was our quick look of some of the features on the WAYKS 1. Check out packhacker.com for more reviews, and we'll see you in the next video.